Welcome to Your Good News. I'm Rena Sargentopoulos. This is a show dedicated to nothing but things that will make you smile or at least help you find hope and faith in humanity. The world is a rough place, and sometimes we just need to hear some of the good things that are going on. Well, the games aren't the only thing that are firing up Timberwolves fans. Some Wolves gear is so popular, people are lining up to grab it before it sells out. And it turns out it's not only created by a Twin Cities designer, but one of the team's biggest fans. Ken Erdl has more on this courtside courtship that turned into a must-have collaboration.
Show up early for a Timberwolves game and you might cross paths
Hi, baby. How you doing? Yes, sir. How are you?
with a colorful character
How you been, though? You been good?
who needs no introduction to the courtside crowd.
This man represents Minnesota Timberwolves basketball. If you know the Timberwolves, you know Jordan Dye. Period. Point blank, period.
Even if you don't know his name, Jordan Dye's passion and sideline style have been easy to spot throughout the Timberwolves' resurgence in recent years.
Are you having a good time? I'm always having a good time.
That love for this place took root as a kid in the 90s, growing up cheering on his favorite team with his family.
We had season tickets for 25 years.
Those seats were not courtside, but there were perks.
We'd always have Crunch come out to my birthday parties, so that was always fun.
Little did he know it would lead to one day having his parents come out to a different kind of party at Crunch's home
We got 7 items total this year.
to celebrate a collaboration
The KG era logo, the trees.
decades in the making.
Got the cleaver on the sleeve on that, and then lamb chops on the back.
Lamb Chops is Jordan's other passion, one of 2 fashion brands he's steadily built since 2012.
Started just kind of messing around, making t-shirts, and fell in love with it, and just kind of ran with it.
Business really took off after he designed a chain to show off Lamb Chop's sharp logo.
Cut the bad, keep the good is like our tagline. You know, I'd go out and sell them off my neck to DJs and people out.
People were literally like buying them off.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would wear like 4 or 5 of them out and just sell them right off my neck. Got 40, 50 bucks.
The strategy paid off, and soon DJs weren't the only ones wearing his designs.
I worked with Mac Miller and Chief Keef, Chance the Rapper.
He's got style all over the place, head to toe, literally.
Timberwolves Chief Marketing Officer Mike Grawl says Jordan's fashion and fan credentials made him a natural fit to try a local collaboration. But even he didn't realize how big it would be.
That first drop that we had 3 years ago was very memorable.
When the doors opened, it was just madness in there and sold out basically instantly in the first one. And that was a really cool moment.
Each year since, the drops have gotten bigger.
All right, here we go.
And so has
Hi, what can I get you?
the hype.
So there's one.
Can't even see the end of the line, so that's pretty crazy.
Like, let's put that one in here.
NBA licensing rules limit sales to the Target Center only and cap the amount of inventory. But the appreciation just keeps growing.
He took it from a small place and he's made it big, and we love him and we support him, running our butts in line even if we have to.
Athletes are really excited about it too. Jalen Clark's an example of a guy who wanted to model that here. And
It's authentic. I think Jordan's like a hometown kid, so I really appreciate his point of view on the style of things, especially with the Timberwolves drop. It feels like I can relate to it, so it's just like really, really cool. I don't know how else to describe it. You know, it feels very wholesome.
For Jordan and his team, who've been here since the beginning,
Thank you.
it's also a little overwhelming.
I'm better. See, that's all I needed.
After years of hustle, the lifelong Timberwolves fan
congrats on the launch, brother.
Appreciate it, Joe.
has his own fans.
Kind of have to pinch myself sometimes of getting to have that experience, and very, very honored and blessed to do that.
At Target Center,
Minnesota is forever.
Kent Erdl,
Love it here.
KARE 11 News.
Well, as you could tell from the line, Jordan's collaboration with the Timberwolves sold out in minutes. But he and the team are already talking about another collab next season. In the meantime, Jordan is also hoping to branch out with gear for the Lynx, Vikings, and other local teams in the near future. We'll see about that. All right. Well, you'd think it would be impossible to bring up politics on a show called Your Good News. But here's a twist. There's a unique effort happening to get state lawmakers talking, really talking with each other. And it's not happening at the state capitol, but rather in a bar. Gordon Severson has the story.
People come together at bars and restaurants to connect and share ideas.
Tell me about this special that you're running.
Will Rolfe, who owns Sweeney's Saloon, had his own idea.
It's a long-time thing, the Sweeney's Poor Man Special.
To offer their daily lunch special and a beer to state lawmakers for free. But the catch is lawmakers must bring a colleague from the opposing party.
If they don't cooperate, nothing's going to get done.
What did your employees think about this idea when you first told them about it?
Well, I think they were a little skeptical, like, what the heck are you doing?
Rolfe sent an email to every lawmaker at the state capitol, and 2 representatives, Republican Bjorn Olson and Democrat Brad Tabke, showed up for the free meal.
I was here, which was kind of lucky, and I got to sit and talk with them, and it was amazing. They're both really bright, really well informed, and they were super friendly, even though they're like fairly far apart on a lot of the issues.
It is a really good thing for people to see.
Tabke says he and Olson already have a great working relationship, and he wanted others outside of the state capitol to see that Republicans and Democrats can get along.
Not everybody has to agree on everything. It's okay not to agree and still be people who work together and get along and can still have fun.
And many others agree. When Rolfe posted the picture on the restaurant's social media page, it quickly became their most popular post ever.
It got like 1,600 likes, which is more than any other post we've ever done.
They think it's kind of a refreshing take, and they want to see more of that. That's kind of the message that I've seen from a lot of people posting.
Yeah, I think we got 100 positive comments and maybe 2 negative.
That's pretty good online.
I think so.
And hey, if this works, perhaps he can expand his idea to other people who don't get along.
Vikings, Packer fans, if you come in together.
I think there's too much possibility of violence with Vikings Packers, but I would consider trying that.
The owner of the restaurant says he will continue the special until the end of the session, and he has heard from a few other lawmakers who are interested in taking him up on his offer. Well, now we want to highlight the Minnesota Zoo's STEM Design Challenge. More than 5,000 students from 85 schools across Minnesota took part. Megan McPherson takes us there.
The Minnesota Zoo is often called a living classroom.
These are our engineers of the future.
A place where every exhibit, every animal teaches visitors something new. But once a year, the zoo flips the script, inviting students from across the state to help its staff solve real challenges inside the zoo.
So this is actually our 12th year of the program. Each year, it's a different design challenge focused on a different species.
So this is our sea lion project. For the zoo, we're designing a new sea lion exhibit because the old one was not fit for the sea lions. It was originally actually designed for dolphins.
This year's challenge focuses on the home of 5 of the zoo's newest residents.
We really want to make their new space look a lot more like the California coast, giving them lots of environmental enrichment, whether that's different rock structures to swim along, sandy beach to roll around. Students are actually coming up with ideas on how to do that.
For enrichment, we have a bubble that visitors can go in, and then sea lions can get really up close.
Among them, this excited team of 5th graders from Cornelia Elementary.
This is our bubble machine, which is another enrichment. It also gets money for the zoo. You can insert a quarter, and then it will shoot out bubbles for the sea lions to play with.
We're really curious to see what ideas you have.
We first met them back in November when the students began weeks of research on sea lion behavior.
So we have to thank animals, visitors, and the zookeepers.
Their hard work.
Liam, do you feel ready?
Bringing them to this moment.
Yeah, are you a little nervous?
Exhibition day.
So we have the main outdoor pool for the sea lions.
Presenting their 3D model to the judges.
What school are you guys from?
Cornelia.
Cornelia?
In the end, Cornelia's design didn't bring home any awards.
Such a good job. I'm so proud of you guys.
But their teacher says that was never the goal.
They're not always constrained by the realistic problems that adults think of, and so I just want them to walk away with the fact that their ideas are important and that there's real value in it, and they're seeing that value now.
A valuable lesson from this living classroom.
The zoo is such a wonderful place in our community. Our next story is also about kids and learning, but this time the kiddos are much younger. Since 2020, every newborn in St. Paul has been getting a college savings account, and now those kids are old enough to start pre-K, and they just got their very first lesson in finance. Here's Sammy Solina.
What does saving mean? Do you remember?
In pre-K,
Like saving a house.
there's so much to learn.
What do we use money for?
From colors to penmanship.
Arlo, good work.
But for so many of us older people,
absolutely not. No.
Finances
certainly not
was left out of the syllabus.
Or what do you want to be, Veronica, when you grow up?
I want to be K-pop human hunter.
Fantastic.
Well, today, these St. Paul Public School kiddos will learn that they are already saving up for college.
You are all college-bound kids. It means that grown-ups are already saving money for you to go to college when you are grown up.
In 2020, the city of St. Paul started automatically creating a college savings account for every baby born, donating $50 per child.
College Bound is the first at-birth city-run program in the country.
Kaz Hover is the program manager.
We get to complement the savings accounts with lessons in the classroom.
What do you think about that?
School counselors are starting to educate the oldest kiddos about their accounts.
So today we're going to practice saving, and I'm going to give you one of these super cool shiny coins.
Today, the little ones are picking a prize.
What are you going to pick?
But there's a catch. They won't receive it until weeks from now.
And then you can remember that you learned about saving for college and that all the grown-ups around you in St. Paul believe in you.
Families can earn money from the city through bonuses, such as letting the program know you went to a parent-teacher conference. The money they donate to it themselves will accrue interest.
I think that the money is a piece of it, but it's really that mindset.
The mindset that a bright future is ahead.
You're college bound.
Amy Solina, KARE 11 News.
Start the finance learning young, but in a few years, all Minnesota high school students will be required to complete a personal finance course before they graduate. That's a good idea. Still ahead, more kids being cute, a 6-year-old super fan of a television station in Michigan, and a mom changing the way moms go back to work after giving birth. Welcome back. Being a parent and balancing that with work can be tough, but an Eden Prairie mom is doing her best to change the stigma when those two worlds collide.
You want to sit on my lap?
From a small office in Eden Prairie.
Okay. You see red? Yeah.
Meteorologist Susie Martin.
Yeah. Mama.
And her curious 2-year-old Sully.
What do you see?
Have the whole world at the tips of their fingers.
This one. Oh, the sun. Can you go stand over there?
Most of the time, people keep their kids away from their work.
All right, Sully boo. Ready?
But when Susie is on the clock, her little guy is right where she wants him.
All right.
Tied.
Get my hair all
tightly.
Not disheveled.
To her.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Susie Martin with your national forecast.
With her first child in 2016,
I have a very special guest.
She became wrapped up in baby wearing.
I decided to bring in my little assistant here as we take a look at what's happening. I heard about it. I had attended a local meetup. They taught you how to do it, and I was like, this is amazing. Now, behind this boundary, we also do have colder air. I got immersed in that world, and I decided to promote baby wearing using the platform that I had. But even despite this cool down, just wanted to share this amazing tool that helped me. We're monitoring again the threat for some thunderstorms.
For Susie, it's been a game changer.
I'm an adoptive mom, so I actually first heard about baby wearing from our adoption agency, and it was on a list of ways to help promote bonding between you and your infant. It's Susie Martin with your national Coast to Coast.
Her oldest, Ansel, started appearing years ago.
So I thought I'd bring out my handy assistant throughout those first few months. It was just huge for both him and I to be able to be close in contact like that. As we take a look at Sunday, we're spiking back up to 61. It helps promote bonding. It helps with postpartum depression and just helps you feel human again, like you can do things. Want to say bye, Sully? Bye. He'll be back.
As her boys have grown, she's gotten resourceful.
I borrowed a few babies here and there in contrast with the very cold temperatures.
But Susie does a whole lot more than broadcasting.
Wow, look at all that.
Yeah.
She's the president of Predictix.
It is really storming.
A weather forecasting and consulting company that remotely produces forecasts and graphics for clients all over.
You see flags?
From writing research to forensic weather analysis.
Currently in Jamaica.
She's done it all.
Lightning bolts.
house with her babies as close as they can be.
Mama. That's right. For Mama.
It's been a great journey. Quite the opposite happening, though, in the Eastern Tiers.
That journey took an unexpected turn in 2018 when this happened.
My son happened to fall asleep mid-forecast, and it took the internet by storm. We had millions of views on this thing, as we do have a strong ridge of high pressure.
Millions of views helped her reach moms all around the world.
I loved the attention that it gave to baby wearing and loved sharing that. There was a lot of wonderful messages, people sharing their stories about how baby wearing helped them. Hello.
I'm assuming you have a carrier.
I've got like a gajillion of them.
To continue advocating,
Clip this little mic.
Susie can always rely on her staff to lend
My special little guest.
a little one.
This is my assistant meteorologist. This is Wally, and he's going to help.
And with the smallest of assistants,
Lots of sunshine for most of our islands.
she hopes moms tuning in for these forecasts,
He did great.
wherever they may be,
Do you want to see Wally doing the weather?
will be informed.
Well, when it comes to the news, our typical viewers are, well, adults. But WZZM in Michigan found themselves a 6-year-old super fan. Riley Mack has the story.
It's tradition in this house to watch the evening news.
Hey Zoe, do you want to watch the news?
But today, someone in it
13
is about to be our news this evening.
The weather ball's blue today. The blue weather ball. The weather ball is blue.
Meet our smallest viewer
My name is Zoe and I'm 6 years old.
and biggest fan.
What is your favorite channel to watch?
13 on your side.
And I would say it's a little bizarre, but she loves it.
My name is Eric, and this is Brett, and we have the great joy of being Zoe's dads. I would say preschool, she started demanding that we watch it as part of her routine.
While most kids are still learning their ABCs,
And it's been that way ever since.
Zoe became fluent in her WZZM. There's Zoe at 18 months old, watching our weather.
When she was just first stringing her couple of first words together, she'd always go, "It's George!"
I think one of her first phrases was 13 on your side, to be perfectly honest.
And here's Zoe at 5,
Her favorite part is the pet of the day.
when the show featured her cats.
She cannot leave the kitchen table to go get ready for school until she sees the pet of the day.
It's the pets! Yay! It's the pets!
Here's today's
Oh, so cute!
This view is sponsored by LaFontaine Ford.
I want to see the weather deck.
You want to see the weather deck?
Hi Zoe, how are you?
For 5 years, we've been a part of her day.
Welcome to 13 on your side.
Today, she becomes a part of ours. Now,
So here it is, the newsroom.
we're 13 on her side.
You know this guy right here?
Knuckles.
There you go.
Oh, Zoe.
Thanks for watching every morning.
You want to see the control room where all the shows get produced?
If you hit this button, what could that be?
Weather deck. We're on the deck. Weather ball! Hurry up! More weather ahead.
Zoe has watched our news so many times, she could probably predict the weather herself.
This is the studio.
But she never predicted today's forecast.
It's so cute.
100% chance
And who's this?
of meeting George Lessons.
George Lessons is back.
Retirement could wait
Hi.
for one 6-year-old superfan.
Oh, this is the best part of my day. Oh.
It's a tradition in their house to watch the evening news.
Right here, 1, 2, 3.
But today, Zoe is our evening news.
Can you say 13 on your side? 1, 2.
6 years old
13 on your side.
and going on 13 on your side. With your something special, I'm Riley Mack for
13 on your side.
For cute sake, still to come. Ending ski season in an epic fashion, and a man who turned his passion for movies into a museum here in the Twin Cities. Welcome back. Did you know the largest collection of film costumes on display in North America is located right here in the Twin Cities? Heidi Wigdahl takes us to the Maplewood Mall in her segment, Behind the Business.
Stories have the ability to transport us.
Welcome to Westeros.
William Swift is bringing the magic to life.
So this is our Game of Thrones exhibit here. I have Daenerys Targaryen, the mother of dragons herself, right here in Maplewood Mall. It's kind of crazy. This is Minnesota's first ever film museum. We have the nation's largest collection of film costumes right now for people to see. I have over 350 artifacts here from over 125 different films and TV shows, and they're all like the real costumes and props that the actors use in the productions, which is pretty cool.
William opened Enchanted Fantasy Film Museum in May 2024 inside an old shoe store.
Welcome into the museum.
But before this, William was just a kid who loved the magic of the movies.
So I was a foster kid growing up. I bounced around quite a lot when I was younger throughout the state of Minnesota. And it was a pretty dark childhood for me. So the way that I kind of was able to escape my childhood was jumping into my favorite film or TV show or book series. Book characters and film characters really kind of became a pseudo-family to me.
In 2019, William acquired his first prop,
the goblet from Once Upon a Time.
He started collecting more with not enough room to display it all in his house.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
That's when he started sharing it with others.
Everything that you guys will see in here was curated, decorated, and set up all by me, by myself.
From Jurassic Park to the Power Rangers to Ken's costume in Barbie.
Yeah. Neytiri is pretty cool from Avatar.
Oh, I love it. It's really cool.
What's been your favorite thing so far?
The Once Upon a Time costume sets.
William builds his collection through all different kinds of ways, including his connections as a former costume designer.
And that's the thing about costume design is that when you watch something on TV, you don't get to pick up a lot of the detail.
Now, as an adult,
all right, guys, come on through.
William gets to
take
others
to the magical realm of Narnia.
Inside the wardrobe.
The kids that made me who I am today.
And into a magical world. Heidi Wigdahl, KARE 11 News.
The museum is open Wednesday through Sunday from 1 till 5 p.m. and tickets are $25 for adults. Okay, the ski slopes around the metro are out of business for the season, and Highland Hills closed it out with a big splash. Photojournalist Tyler Teal was there as the annual pond skim got underway.
We're at Highland Hills right now.
Come on, bud.
Last day of the season.
All right, are you going to take a little more speed, or are we going for the jump here? What do we got to do?
Dude, it is adrenaline kicking, cold kicking, crazy weather out here.
I got the text at 12:30. I'm going to do the pond skim today.
Let's bring it in hot.
Flying down a hill into a bucket of freezing cold water is so Minnesota.
A little chilly.
My youngest son does this. He's done it every year for the last 3 or 4 years.
Third time.
Cooper is my daredevil.
Oh!
Very nerve-wracking. Hit my head on the bottom, but it was a lot of fun.
Come on, come in!
My son was in it and made it across. I wish he would have fallen in because that would have been better.
Speed is the key.
I love to come out here and watch the kids that are in the costumes and that are so dedicated to doing this and so excited about doing it.
Last year's a lot warmer than this time. But I think the adrenaline helps a lot with the cold.
You just never know, it's Minnesota weather. We've been out here when he's been shirtless and in sweatpants doing it and been completely fine afterwards, and then we've been out here where our feet are numb by the time we're done.
So cold inside that water, it's wild.
He's so wet. Watch out, watch out. Oh, Baywatch, he's going for a swim. Oh, don't hassle the Hoff, folks. Don't hassle the Hoff.
Great day to be here, man.
That counts.
That's all for your good news. We do hope this half hour gave you a little bit of joy today. And until we see you again, have an excellent week, friends.